In this example, we are going to try to figure out what the volume of this is. So let's read the problem. It says, find the weight of a solid cast iron object. It is shown if the cast iron weighs 0.26 pounds per cubic inch, round to the nearest whole pound. So they're giving us all these measurements in inches. We want to figure out whatever the cubic volume, the volume is in cubic inches, and then we can figure out how much it weighs. So we have three different shapes. So we have a cone. So we're going to figure out the volume of the cone, volume of the cylinder, and the volume of the sphere. But they all share one thing in common. And that is when you're talking about the cone and the cylinder, it's to get the volume, you need the area of the base times the height. And the cone, you're going to take a third of that. Well, the bases match. So for that, each of these circles right here is diameter is 9, so that is 4.5. Okay, so 4.5. So the area of the base is going to be pi r squared. All right, so if you throw that into the calculator, that would get you a 63.62. Okay, so eventually we'll round it to the nearest whole pound, but that's something that we'll round later on. So I'll keep a couple decimals in here so that we can eliminate a little bit of the rounding error. But first thing is we have the top section. Top section is a cone. To find the volume of a cone, the volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. We just figured out the area of the base. So it is 1/3 area of the base, which is 63.62, times the height, which is 8 centimeters. Okay, so if we throw that into the calculator, we're looking at 63.62 times 8 divided by 3. So 169.65. 169.65. All right, so there is our cone. So if we're doing the cylinder, we're looking at the volume is just the area of the base times the height. Area of the base, again, is 63.62. And we're multiplying it by the height, which is 10. Now, if we multiply anything by 10, all you're doing is just bumping the decimal over one spot. So it's 636.2. So that's the volume of the cylinder. And then you get the volume of the sphere. Spell that right. So the volume of a sphere is 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. So that does not deal with the area of the base. It's kind of its own thing. But we do have half of a sphere. So whatever we get here, we're going to multiply it by half. All right, so we have 4 pi times our radius, which is 4.5. That part matches. Cubed divided by 3, and then we'll take half of that. So we'll throw that all into the calculator. So we're going to do 4 pi times 4.5 cubed. Okay, and if you want to kind of play it safe, there's the top. We'll divide that by 3. All right, and then take half of it, which is like dividing by 2. Okay, so there is your volume. So your volume is 190.85 for that piece. Okay, so our total volume is us adding all those pieces together. So 169.65 plus 636.2 plus 190.85. Okay, so if I add all those pieces together, that gets me a total of 996.70. inches cubed. All right, so that's great, but we want the total weight. Total weight is going to be now the fact that every cubic inch weighs 0.26 pounds. We have 996.7 of them. So we'll take that 996.7 and we're going to multiply it by 0.26. Okay, so 997 or 996.7 times 0.26 gets us a total weight of 259 pounds because they were asking us to round to the nearest whole pound. So that 1, 4, or the 1 is not going to do anything to 259. So 259 pounds. All right, so that was a word problem that involved finding volumes of cones, volumes of cylinders, volumes of spheres, cutting it in half, and then attaching another measurement to it because that gives you the volume, but then there was a weight associated to that volume.